Hi, my name is Melissa and my husband Matt was diagnosed with 2 brain tumours back in 2017, and ever since then we've been on our own journey of exploration to learn how to live with having brain tumours and what that means for us and our family. I would say in our family I am the admin person. I organise our trips, I make sure everyone is where they're supposed to be, and I let Matt focus on getting better and his recovery and dealing with the treatments, and I try and take away as much of that admin pressure as possible and organise everything that needs to be organised within the family. And one of the things I quickly learned when Matt had a brain tumour diagnosis was how difficult it would be to get travel insurance. It's not as simple as it once was. It's definitely not as cheap as it once was, but there are options available if they are, it's something that you could afford or something that you would like to do. For us, we started our investigation into travel insurance by finding travel insurance companies that would insure Matt. So obviously you have to declare that you have a brain tumour, and on most of them, the kind of mainstream travel insurance companies, as soon as you declare it, they'll say we can't cover you. They might say give us a call, but my advice would be don't waste your time. If it says they don't cover you on the website, don't give them a call. It's just traumatic because you'll have to answer all the same questions again and they won't cover you at the end of it. So my advice would be, if you find a company that says they do medical cover specifically, go through it online first and then see what it says at the end. So to find a specialist medical travel insurance company, there's quite a few different places you can go. If you have a look on the Brain Tumour Charity website, you'll find the list of travel insurance companies there. You could also go on the Brain Tumour Charity support group, and if you type in travel insurance, there's loads and loads and loads of comments from people and posts from people who have asked this exact question. So go on there, find out what people have said, and then look at those companies first. And once you've found the company, the next thing you need to do is go through to get a quote for travel insurance. And my advice would be to do it online first. And they will ask you questions. So it's the same questions every travel insurance company will ask. And they'll ask you for what your medical condition is. If you have a brain tumour and it has progressed and it's aggressive, they will call it brain cancer. They won't call it a brain tumour. And that's triggering for us specifically because we don't say brain cancer in our house. We say brain tumour and it's aggressive and it's moved on is what we like to say. So that in itself can be quite a trigger. Then they'll ask you, are you currently undergoing treatment or not? And how long ago did you last receive treatment? And that's the key one to find out how expensive it's going to be. If you put, I am currently receiving treatment, that's going to be the most expensive. If you put, I have received treatment less than 12 months ago, but not on treatment now, then it's considerably cheaper. So try and be strategic with when you are going to book your travel insurance. If you have a scan coming up, and you think after that scan it might be in a position where you won't have further treatment and you're on watch and wait, maybe wait to get the travel insurance then, because it will be much cheaper. They'll ask you if you've had seizures, if you're on treatment for epilepsy, and if you want to include epilepsy as a separate condition. And once you've added all of those things in and all of your personal details, it will come up with a quote. And the quote will probably be quite high. For example, we went on a 5-day trip to France and that cost us just over £1,000 just for Matt alone. The other tip is, I would always advise, if you're going as a family or a couple or more than one person, even though it might be cheaper for you individually to get travel insurance through somebody else, always book the travel insurance as a group. Because if, so for example, in my situation, if Matt was to have fallen well when we were on holiday, my travel insurance that I've maybe booked through somebody else won't pay out for me to stay with Matt. And Matt's travel insurance, because I'm not on it, won't pay out for me to stay with Matt either. So I'd have to pay out that myself. So my advice would be to always book it together as a family on one policy. Declare everything, because even something that isn't related. So Matt has anxiety, so we declare that. put everything on and declare it as much as possible, and then see what the price comes out as at the end. And it will be expensive, and it will also be split by category, you know, Europe including Spain. For some reason Spain's always separate. It would be worldwide. It would also include cruise cover or winter sports, and then finally it would be year-round or one-off trip. The last thing from my point of view about travel insurance is that we did have a full year's worth of travel insurance for Matt and ourselves as a family, and unfortunately during that year Matt's tumour did come back and he had to have further treatment, so we went from watch and wait to further treatment. And obviously the travel insurance is now invalid because his medical condition has changed. So I just thought, well, that's it, you know, the whole year's worth of insurance, we've just lost all that money. We paid about £1,500 for a year's worth of travel insurance. So I spoke to someone at the Brain Tumour charity. They were super helpful, and I gave the travel insurance a call, and they were actually really kind and really empathetic to the situation, and they just refunded the rest of the amount for the travel insurance that we weren't going to use for the rest of the year, and we got about £900 back. And in a scenario where, you know, Matt's just had this, you know, we've just had this news that Matt's tumour's come back, we don't know if he's going to be able to go to work, I'm having to take time off to look after him, what's that going to do about my work? To then know, oh, we've got a £900 refund coming in, was really kind and really helpful. They didn't penalise us for doing that, whereas, you know, they might have done if I just cancelled it for no reason, but they didn't have to give us the full £900 back, which was really kind. So it's always worth giving them a call to see what they say. Travel insurance is doable. If you have a brain tumour, it's going to be expensive. I wouldn't recommend travelling without travel insurance, simply because, you know, Matt's on his treatment. He's susceptible to infection. A week's stay in a hospital for a chest infection is racking up into the thousands if you don't have appropriate travel insurance in place. So I wouldn't recommend it. Also, the last thing I'll say is that there are lots of options to still enjoy your holidays without going abroad. What we did was, when Matt was diagnosed and we knew travel was going to be harder, we invested and we swapped our car out and we got a camper van, and now we travel all over in the van and we have amazing holidays without going abroad, and we have a fantastic time. So I definitely, you know, save up. If you can afford it, great. If you can't, there are definitely UK based options that don't require expensive travel insurance. I hope that was helpful, and thank you very much for watching, and good luck and have a fantastic time on all of your holidays, and good luck with your treatment plans and everything that is happening within your life, and thank you very much.